We tell ourselves we chose them because they were cute, or because they fit our apartment, or because a trainer, a book, or an algorithm said they were smart, loyal, or good with families. But deep down, you know that isn't the whole truth. There are over 300 dog breeds in the world, 300 distinct nervous systems, 300 emotional blueprints, 300 different ways of responding to fear, attachment, stimulation, boredom, and love. And out of that infinite variety, you pointed to one specific shape of soul and said, "That one. I want that one." Why? Psychology tells us something most people don't like to admit. Choosing a companion animal is almost never random. It is a form of unconscious autobiography, a projection of your inner landscape, a silent confession about who you are and who you're becoming. You are not just choosing a pet. You are choosing a mirror. You are choosing a creature that reflects the parts of yourself you want to amplify, or the parts you're quietly trying to heal. We seek organisms that vibrate at the same frequency as our own nervous systems. So ask yourself, were you looking for a soldier, a baby, a chaotic roommate, or a silent witness to your life? Because the dog at the end of your leash is the loudest confession you will ever make without speaking a word. So today, we're not really talking about them. We're talking about you. Let's break down the psychology of the breed. Let's start with the intellectual elite of the dog world. The Border Collies, the German Shepherds, the Belgian Malinois, the Australian Shepherds. If you chose a dog that can learn hundreds of words, read human micro-expressions, and mentally deteriorate without a job, you're revealing something precise about your own cognitive architecture. Psychologically, owners of these breeds tend to score exceptionally high on a trait called need for cognition, the tendency to enjoy thinking, complexity, and mental challenge. You didn't choose a difficult dog because you're a masochist. You chose them because you're intellectually restless. You have a high mental bandwidth. Simple routines bore you. Passive relationships drain you. You crave stimulation, structure, and purpose in the things you love. A dog that just sleeps on the rug doesn't engage you. You need a creature that can anticipate your next move, solve problems with you, and stay mentally present. This suggests you value competence over comfort. You likely possess strong executive function, high conscientiousness, and an internal drive to bring order to chaos. By choosing a shepherd or a collie, you're signaling that you don't see love as passive affection. You see love as shared responsibility, shared missions, shared effort. You are the architect. You look at disorder and instinctively organize it. You chose this dog because you are one of the few people capable of handling a mind almost as sharp as your own. Now let's talk about the gold standard. Golden Retrievers, Labradors, Bernese Mountain Dogs, the dogs that look like sunshine and behave like the world has never hurt them. People often dismiss these owners as basic, but psychologically, this group is often the most emotionally sophisticated in the room. If you chose a retriever, you likely possess high social intelligence and strong emotional regulation. In a world obsessed with irony, detachment, and emotional armor, choosing a dog that is openly affectionate requires deep internal security. You don't need a tough dog to protect your ego. Your ego is already stable. You likely score high in agreeableness, which in psychology doesn't mean weakness. It means you prioritize harmony, cooperation, and pro-social behavior. You are often the emotional glue holding families and friend groups together. Psychologically, you're engaging in positive affect upregulation. You know life is hard. You know the world can be cruel, but you consciously choose to bring a living generator of oxytocin into your home. You're not ignoring darkness, you're countering it with light. You chose this breed because you understand something most people forget. Kindness isn't naive, it's powerful. Now let's talk about the most unfairly judged group of all: the toys, the tinies, the ones carried in bags. Critics call these owners superficial. Psychology says the opposite. Owners of companion breeds often display the highest capacity for empathy and nurturance. If you chose a physically vulnerable dog, you're driven by high parental investment. This doesn't mean you want human children. It means your nervous system is wired for caregiving. You have excess love, and you need somewhere safe to put it. You're also likely high in tactile sensitivity. You understand the regulating power of touch. Holding a warm heartbeat against your chest isn't indulgence, it's co-regulation. You're secure enough to love openly, brave enough to show affection without shame. You chose this breed because your heart is large and you're not afraid to use it. Now the misunderstoods, the blockheads, the muscle, the pit bulls, staffies, Rottweilers, Dobermans, Cane Corsos. Society sees intimidation, psychology sees something else. Power breed owners are often wounded protectors, drawn to animals that represent the parts of themselves that were judged, feared, or misunderstood. This is vicarious strength. By walking beside a powerful animal, you borrow its armor. You respect strength, but only when it's disciplined by love. You believe in being capable of harm, yet choosing gentleness. You don't want to dominate the world. You want to defend what matters. Now the runners, the screamers, the stubborn ones, huskies, Shibas, beagles. If this is your dog, you're autonomy-oriented. You don't need obedience to feel validated. You're confident enough to allow others their independence. You laugh when your husky argues back. You respect agency. You value negotiation over control. You didn't want a robot. You wanted a roommate. And finally, the breed that isn't a breed. The rescue, the mystery mix, the crooked ear, the unknown past. You didn't want a product. You wanted a soul. By saving them, you're repairing something in yourself. Every meal, every gentle touch, every moment of safety is a message to your own inner child. You're safe now. This is the bond of shared survival. You value authenticity over pedigree, scars over status, truth over perfection. You're a healer. You don't turn away from broken things, you fix them. But there's one variable no personality test can predict: time. When you choose a dog, you're choosing based on who you are right now, but neither of you stays the same. Over the years, that animal will watch the death of the person you used to be. They'll see your failures, your growth, your grief, and your love. And slowly, the dynamic flips. The dog you chose to run with teaches you how to slow down. The dog you chose for protection teaches you vulnerability. The dog you chose to look strong teaches you how to be soft. Psychologists call this co-regulation, when two nervous systems stop reacting to each other and start synchronizing. You didn't pick a dog to fill a slot in your life. You broke the mold, and they changed you. So look at the dog at your feet, not the pedigree, not the breed standard. Look at what they allow you to be. Do they allow you to be softer, stronger, kinder, more playful? That feeling, that's why you chose them. You weren't looking for a dog, you were looking for completion. You didn't choose a breed, you chose a soul. And if you're watching this while holding your dog or missing the one you lost, tap like, drop their name and breed in the comments. Because you didn't just pick a dog to live in your house, you picked a soul to live in your heart.